See, you got to understand something. A guy like Obama would have gotten nowhere in America were it not for affirmative action. That is a fact. It's irrefutable. It's not racist. It's true. Every step of the way, wherever he was chosen, whether it was Harvard or wherever, you know it was because of preferential hiring or preferential admissions. There's no other way he got into those schools. He was not a great genius. And he was also selected as president because white liberals wanted an affirmative action president, figuring that finally we'd have somebody better than any old white man in the White House. So now he's simply following that which put him where he is, and he now wants to use diversity as the highest priority to choose his next SCOTUS nominee. He doesn't believe in the credo of Martin Luther King. He believes only in the credo of diversity. He has to pick the constituency that is most important to the Democrat Party. Next question. See, there's nothing you could say to that. I'm so right, there's no point in calling me. You're an expert on Soviet communism, Jimmy. Do you know anything about Hitler's Nazism and how it was connected to the Green Movement of its time? How, in fact, came to power in part on promising a return to the earth?
Well, he promised a lot of things. I'm not sure about the environmental part as much, but sort of the pagan earth type thing. Hitler was all about that.
Remember that the Hitler Youth was sort of the Boy Scouts of his time, even though I'm a former Boy Scout, which was certainly the greatest organization I ever belonged to. The German Hitler Youth was much different than the American Boy Scouts in that it was a militaristic organization. But the fact is that he promised with the lederhosen and the boys and the locker rooms and the towels. This was long before Rahm Emanuel. I mean, they were already, yodeling already in the back room with each other, with a blonde hair with the blue eye. So this is way before the scandal in the churches. They were already doing it, even though they were Nazis. I guarantee you the boys were being abused.
Well, they took showers together. One of their advertisements to join the Nazis was showing them washing each other's back in a shower, and there's no way.
Yeah, that must have worked. How'd that work out? But the point is that he promised to end the industrialization of Germany, which was polluting the fatherland. I don't think many people know that. He was a vehement greenie, Adolf. Adolf was a greenie.
He was also a vegetarian.
He was a vegetarian, right, and he also didn't drink alcohol. Did you know that?
No,
he was
I
a
didn't.
teetotaler, a vegetarian, and a back-to-earth movement kind of guy. And he created the most despicable, racist monster machine the earth had ever seen since Genghis Khan.
He provided government jobs, health care, and housing. So that's a way to get the population.
It's interesting you should say that. I've actually studied. I have an entire library of books on the Third Reich. And what amazed me is that he came to power largely on jobs and on hope and change. Did you know that?
Yes.
Hope, change, and jobs. People didn't join the Nazi Party so much because they were racist. They joined for a job. The country was bankrupt, and he gave them a government job along the lines of you-know-who.
They also feared the communist movement, who just murdered 10 million people in Ukraine, 32 to 33. So he exploited that fear and gave them basically the same kind of movement, only led by Germany as opposed to led by the Soviets. So it shows you...
Jimmy, my friend, if I do create the Savage Policy Center, you'll hear about it first on the Savage Nation, and you'll be getting a set of air tickets on your birthday, which will not be Lenin's birthday.
I'm close, though.
Hey, if I can make Jimmy from Brooklyn laugh, this is actually a seminal day for me, Jimmy. I got to laugh at it.